And then, like a lot of things, like a lot of truths in this world, people still think. A lot of lies that people hear. The spirit world. If you die, you gotta understand. Psalms 104:29. Because the body returned back to the dust, but the spirit returned back to the essence. Like everything goes back to its essence and everything recycled. That's why that's basically what we're talking about the number 8. Right? Because 8 is, because 7 is completion. And 8, because after the alphabet is over, it restarts. So 7 is completion and 8 is what new beginnings. And 8, which is over, it restarts. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 7. Then shall the dust return to the earth as it was. Yeah, then shall the dust return to the earth as it was. But that's the what? That's the physical body. Right? And the spirit shall return unto God who gave it. Right. And the spirit goes to that's why our body's so warm. You know what I'm saying? Because our spirit is inside our body. It's warm our body. When you die, your spirit leaves, and that's why your body goes cold. That's why I said, but the body can hold those two things. You got your flesh, and inside your flesh, that's why I come from the Latin word "vulgate," which means house, because your physical body, it houses your spirit. You know what I'm saying? And when the spirit leaves, it returns back to that. They don't go in hell or underground or crazy shit like that. They return back to that. The Father of spirit, because we all basically energies created off of Him. Let me ask you something. Right? It's all passed away. You go tomorrow. That's why I had right here. Yeah. But you won't come back to Psalm 104 and 29. Right? Thou hidest thy face, they are troubled. Right? So when the Lord takes protection away from us, we get in trouble. You know? So, like, when he said, like, hiding our face, that means turn your back on you. It's just more like slang. Like, you say, watch my kids. It don't mean, like, sit there and watch them. That means watch over them, like, protect them. So it says what? He hideth their face, and they are troubled. So when he takes protection off of us, we open to the demons that's out there, right? Thou takest away their breath, they die. And when he takes the breath from us, we die. They take away their breath, they die. They die and return to their dust. And they return to the dust. That's what? The body. Return to, like we read in the other scripture. They return to the dust. Not a judgment. Thou sendest forth thy spirit. Hold on. And now he sent forth our spirit. Because look, you have sex with a woman, the sperm will, fertilize the egg and all that. But where do the spirit come inside the baby? See, the so-called white man can't go that far that deep. I was growing inside of a woman. But it's a spiritual aspect to it. But the scripture's telling you that. It says, look, you deal with the body, go back to the body part. 29th verse. Thou hidest thy face, they are troubled. Thou takest away their breath, they die and return to their dust. The spirit can never die. The spirit never dies. The flesh dies. Let's find out what happened to the spirit. Thou sendest forth thy spirit, they are created. They are created, read on. And thou renewest the face of the earth. Hold up, we renew. Means what? To come again. We renew the face of the earth. And they say what? And say the scriptures too. Nothing new is under the sun. That means anything under the sun is of old and of past time. Nothing new here, not even you. That's why some places you go, you be like, I know you from somewhere. Or I've been here before. Because you know damn well you never been to Florida before, but in your mind and in your spirit, what up, Mark? In your mind and like, yo, I've been here before. But you're like, yo, I know you from somewhere. But a lot of times you know that person from your past previous life, but you don't come back as a bird. You don't come back as a dog or a cat. You come back as a human. But not just that, it's the nationality that you were born in. And your spirit's still gonna be the same. You know, you might like tall, big picture, and you can come back looking like this one. Because the flesh changes, but the spirit never changes. Your spirit is the spirit. I mean, depending on, because depending on the appearances, right? Because the Lord knows the spirit. Give me Jeremiah 1 and 5. The Lord knows your spirit. So, based upon who your parents is, that's what you probably look like genetically dealing with the flesh. But your spirit is still the same, it's still identical. Right. You know what I mean? You can come back looking like this, bro. I can come back looking like you. You can come back looking like him. But your spirit is still be your spirit. The Lord can identify your spirit. He knows who everybody is. Jeremiah 1 and 5. Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. Jeremiah was telling the Lord, I ain't about to go out and prophesy. I ain't about to go out and teach this. He was real young. He was like, nah, that's not for me. But the Lord telling him, before what? Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. I knew who you was. I created your spirit. You know what I mean? Forget the flesh. I created your spirit. He was even right. So he was like, you can't tell me what you can't do or what you can't do. Well, I created you from your spirit first. Because guess what? What controls the body? Your mind. Well, what controls your mind? The spirit. Your spirit. And who controls our spirit? The Heavenly Father. He created them. So if the Lord wanted the spirit on you right now and have to spark the fuck out if you wanted to. Because the spirit, you do that, Ecclesiastes 8 and 8. Nobody has control over the spirit. Like some people got called with speed demons. A demon ain't nothing but a spirit, right? People in the car, I don't want a speed demon. I'm bumping DMX, I'm drinking this shit from my dog. You know what I mean? And all of a sudden my foot said, that shit went like, before you know I'm going like 110 on the guard, you know? But the Lord spared me, you know, but the Lord puts any type spirit on you and make you do whatever he wants you to do. Because he controls our spirits. I mean, and spirits control our minds and our minds control our body. That's why we got to give all praise to the Heavenly Father. David, Yahweh, because it's under his mercy that, you know, we alive, you walking, because he can fuck you up at any given moment. Well, he can have you fuck yourself up. All you got to do is put a spirit on. You know what I mean? You see certain people bugged out, they got demons on. You know what I mean? Read what you just more that. Jeremiah 1 and 5, before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. I knew thee before I formed thee in the belly. Read on. And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nation. He said, I knew who you was before you came out of the womb, before your parents even met. The Lord's like, all right, we got another baby coming to the earth. All right, you up next. And he sent you back down through them. You different parents. Now, how you come out looking? You might come out looking like Blake Griffin. You might come out looking like Riddick Bowe, but he still know who you is. Yeah, I appreciate you. I got a couple more. Okay, go ahead. Ecclesiastes 8 and 8, right? There is no man that has power over the spirit. No man has power over the spirit. Like, you can't be like, yeah, the Lord put a spirit on you. You can't be like, man, I ain't about to do that. No. The Lord, we like robots. You gonna do it. Yeah, you like, man, I never move. Because people, that's why it's very important to say Lord willing. You know what I mean? Because people like, man, I'll never live over there. I'll never move to New York. I'll never live in Watts. And the Lord like, yeah. And before you know it, your ass is here like this. You know? Or he can put the spirit on you. Or you like, no, I don't date white women. I don't date fat girls. And before you know it, the Lord had you in a finger.
And you'll be infatuated by it.
Yeah, you be infatuated by it.
That's deep.
Yeah, I got a precept for you.
That's deep. Thank you again, bro.
Hold on, one more thing.
Okay.
This Numbers 14 and 18. The Lord is long-suffering and great of mercy, and of great mercy, forgiving iniquity and transgression, and by no means clearing the guilty, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation.
Yeah. Because we are our forefathers coming back. That's why a lot of the elites, the people that run this world, they deal with like incestual babies. So they try to keep their riches in the family. Because if you really dig deep, you passing the money back to yourself. So if you really dig deep, you giving yourself an alley-oop out the line.
Three
Right.
generations down. Right.
You get it and you catch the ball. That's why they try to keep generational wealth within the family under a certain line. Because basically, if you understand how the spirit works, you throwing yourself an alley-oop. There is no man that has power over the spirit to retain the spirit. You can't retain the spirit. The spirit is too powerful. Neither has he power in the day of judgment. You can't like somebody, the Lord, like you could die like spirits.
Yeah. Everybody knows it. All right.
Spirit. See, the Lord is bad because he brings back the but you like, yo, what's wrong with her? Nothing, but she just got demons. She got spiritual. I don't like calling a woman a dime, but if she was, I call her name Tasha Bailey. Did she?
Okay, let's talk. Okay, you a kid? You already know it. You a Bodhi Quartet? All right, you know it. You a kid? All right, talk.
So, but see, but she got, but the sad, she was bad as hell.
Right.
Like maybe 15 years ago.
I believe it too.
Yeah, you was like, oh, she's like, stop laughing and shit. But what? She got dealing with the drug and spirits. Anytime you dare give me Proverbs 20 and 24, you can't contain, even here, right? The Lord brought you through here to edify you on some points, or maybe even call you into this truth. Right? Because you like, I'm gonna go downtown, North, maybe pay some fines or whatever. Catch a bus here, transfer here. But the Lord, like, no, yeah, you want to do that, but really you going down here to talk to these guys. Cause look, you was like, I saw you. You came here, you stopped, you looked, and you kept. You like, man, I'm gonna leave it alone. Then you walk right there. The spirit made you like, right? Because that was really the spirit. Because you really wanted to do something else. Because you down here for a reason. Either you coming or going or buying something or doing something.
Even this whole right here could possibly potentially could save my life.
Right. You don't know the judgment. That's why you got to get all praise to the Most High. Yeah, because you never know what actual judgment down the road. Proverbs 20 and 24. Man's going of the Lord. Man's goings are of the Lord. You can't control like, where you going to go. I didn't even know we was going to be here this week because we move around. You know?
I definitely saw you at I see y'all a few times maybe over there, maybe once over this way, or I think I remember the brother right here.
There'd be different groups down here.
But it was like, I don't know if that gold or something.
It probably because they over there, but they you gotta watch their doctrine. They got way more doctrine. But I would say that about 85% of the things we teach today is the same. Right? But the Lord knows where he like, nah, he could have had you on that side of the street. But the Lord wants you in for a reason. Man's goings are of the Lord. Man's goings are of the Lord. After a man that understands his own way. After a man understands his own way, Because you be like, man, I'll never do this. I'll never do that. I'll never go here. I'll never become this. I'll never snitch on my. Look at niggas in the street. I never snitch on my man. I never tell.
Look at Peter. He said, I will not deny you. I will not deny you.
Peter, he said, I will never deny you, Lord. He said, man, you won't deny me 3 times. Yeah. Because what? He knew his spirit. You know? And really, Peter, when you read it, Peter was like talking shit. He was like boasting. Like, I'm down for you, man. It's whatever. You know? He like, man, shut up. You about to deny me 3 times.
Right. Right. Well, wasn't it before the rooster crow or something?
Yeah, before the cock crow. Read that, bro.
Yeah.
Job 19 and 25. For I know that my Redeemer liveth, and that he shall stand at the latter day upon the earth. And though after my skin worms destroy this body, and after my skin dealing with the flesh. Remember, the body composed of 2 things, the flesh and the spirit. And after my skin, worms would destroy this body, read, yet in my flesh, again, read on, shall I see the Most High. See the return of the Son. Because what? Reincarnation. Give me Daniel 12 and 13. This is Job chapter 33 and 15. In a dream, in a vision of the night, and a dream, in a vision of the night, while you sleep and read on, when deep sleep falls upon man, and slumberings upon the bed, then he opened the ears of men and sealed their instruction. He opened the ears of men and sealed their instruction on what you're going to do to them. But in your carnal mind, you think you're going to do what you want to do. But the Lord had you do what he wants you to do. You know, and people don't really understand that. And sometimes people say, but something told me to go this way. Something told me. They never say it was good. They see, but they're not deep enough to fully know. They say something told me.
Right. They don't know the Lord said.
Right. It's like, man, the car blew up down this block, but before I went there, they knew it wasn't themselves. They said something told me. But the question is, what is that something? Spirit. Right. Now the Lord got righteous and wicked spirit. He can give you over to neither one. You know, that's why it's good for us to behave. Right. Try to keep the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability. All right, brother. I'm glad you got a number on car, baby. Well, give me the volume up.
I appreciate you today.
Okay. Yeah.
You ever go to like Elizabeth?
Oh, we be in Elizabeth too.
Yeah.
Rush.
Okay.
They out there now because we a lot bigger than this.
Right.
But we're not gonna stand on the corner 30 deep. Why break it up? You know, if you got 5 teachers, look, one brother take 5 brothers, you take 5 brothers, you take 3 brothers. That way the word gets spread out.
That's not even the city also.
Yeah, the Lord sent them out by 2. Yeah, you know, it don't make no sense to have 30 people or even 15 on one corner. You know, you got a minute ball of 12. Yeah, you can hit the comment board. Yeah, you can hit the comment board, brother. And, you know where y'all gonna be this week. The brothers move around. They listen to the Lord.
They stay with y'all.
It's a sign off.
What out, man?
The Lord be with you on your journey, man.
God bless you.
Take care, man.
Thank you for that, man.
Oh, yeah, just bring it up.
This is Job 12 and 15. Behold, he withholdeth the waters and the dry up. Also, he sendeth them out and they overturn the earth.
My bad, brother. Bring it back.
Job 12 and 15. Behold, he withholdeth the waters and they dry up. Also, he sendeth them out and they overturn the earth. Verse 16. With him is strength and wisdom. The deceit and deceiver are his.
Yeah, it says what? The deceived and the deceiver are his. So the person who gets fooled and lied to is of the Lord's will, and the person that's doing the lying is what? Of the Lord's will, man. He control. That's why Esau, the so-called white man, he tries to be like the Most High. He got CIA assassins to kill you, and he got dudes like Farrakhan and T.D. Jakes to sell you a dream. So he trying to control, he trying to play the most high by controlling both sides of the spectrum. That's what you call bipolar, meaning bi means two, and meaning both sides of the pole. Daniel 12 and 13, right? But go thou thy way to the end be, right? But go thy way and to the end be, read on. But thou shalt rest and stand in thy lot at the end of the days. Right, see? He told Daniel, like, look, close up the book of Daniel, you know, and go thy way. I'm done with you. But really, Revelations kind of unlocked the book of Daniel. Like, because the beast, you know, the 10 toes going into Rome, NATO, all that. A lot of those prophecies is, and then it tell you in Daniel, the fourth kingdom shall be the fourth beast. So when you go into Revelations, the beast with 7 heads, you gotta automatically, you know, it's talking about kingdoms. Because Daniel and Revelations, they unlock one another, you know. But he said, and in the last days, you shall stand in your lot, meaning what? In your position. So Daniel is back today, but you know, he's not no damn. We know he's not LeBron James or nothing like that. Now Daniel could come back playing basketball. You know how people is in the ghetto, he plays sports or whatever. Yeah. But his ultimate goal in his life is going to be what? A prophet. Because you always come back in your position. You always come back in your lap. Even the ones who denied the Lord back then, they back today, denying him now. You know, you always come back in your life. And that's how it goes. The Lord used the wicked to punish the wicked, and at the end, he would use the righteous to punish everybody. But for now, the wicked punish the wicked, and the righteous at the end to punish everybody. Until the Lord do that ultimate cleansing of the planet. And that's what's going on now with Russia, with Ukraine, and all of that. That nuclear war is brewing. Russia, they got the nuclear subs and all of that. Testing their nukes. Then you got India, they getting involved, and all these other countries, man. So the nuclear war is every here, man. Yo, don't you know you can wake up one day like the movie Will Smith, Independence Day? He popped up one day, he was in the bed with Biblical, in the movie, Biblical Fox was his wife. He was just regular. And he looked out the window like, yo, shit can change overnight. A cyber attack hit this bitch, and shit can just get real overnight. See, people just used to their everyday lives. And like, oh, tomorrow I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Man, the Lord has some shit, blackout shit. You like, oh, you know, food in your fridge going bad. You gotta cook it or eat it. You gotta think about what's your next move, how you gonna calculate your next move, where you gonna go. You know, and that's what's gonna happen. The Jazz are gonna strike overnight. What you got? Nah, let's go into some problem. We need Amos 9 and 8. Because that's what we for you, for the beautiful brother has stopped. It's right here. And when I say beautiful brother, I'm talking about his spirit. Because you know you got demons out here. You know, see that's that's how perverse this world is. You gotta say no homo, no false. You know what I'm saying? Then you got homos out here saying no hetero. You know, they'll see a man and a woman holding hands and they're like, hell, no hetero. And I'm like, what would you say? Yeah, no hetero. Meaning you anti, or they'll say pause towards the actual way of life. You know, they done reverse the game.
Yeah, I was going to say, laying back off the eldest point, because they look at the man that David and Jonathan had, so they try to say it was some homosexual shit. But it was just brotherly love, because this world doesn't know what brotherly love is. So they look at it as some perverse shit.
Like you love the woman.
Right. So you love them more than the woman. Yeah. So if they'll see that and say, see, it was some faggot shit going on, but that's just because this world has no idea what brotherly love is.
Right. And yo, when you check it out, two real close brothers, they hang out with each other all day. Man, now everybody don't have friends like that, man. Like coming up, sometimes you be like, yo, Y'all talk all the time. Y'all chill all the time. Like y'all always with each other. Your girl is like, yo, what is you gay? Because that's that same spirit. Why you always with him? You know, why y'all always together? Why this and that? Because on upon men was like real brotherly. Now today you look at it like some homo shit. You know? But that's how it was. But I had to say that because the brother was beautiful. But people, you know, people don't shit. No, I'm talking about his spirit. Why, man? Yeah, men, because if you really know about men are not physically made to be physically beautiful. Like you look at a man like, hey, look at that beautiful man like that. No. Men are, you can be handsome, but men are not really so that you must say that, of course, it gotta be what? Spiritual. Let's go and get that.
Amos 9 and 8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord Yahweh are upon the sinful kingdom.
Yeah, America is a sinful kingdom because all this westernization and Americanization, all the ways of this place is affecting other countries. This is the war they all been in bed with America. All nations dwell here and they all what? Americanized. They don't hold on to their customs. Man, you get a woman from overseas, you better leave her over there and just fly over there and see her. Man, you bring her over here, like within 6 months, she'll lose her culture. She'll lose her culture. And sometimes you help her lose her culture because we've been westernized. The first thing you do is, listen, I'm going to put you in school. You know, but you don't know. You're just trying to better your family. And you know what? The way we've been trained and brought up and raised is so you got to check yourself with the scriptures. Because a lot of things about our own nature is westernized.
Even like when you go outside some ice, that was the son. So that was the son in child. He sold the fucking never either. But that was the son. Even when you look at the entire mafia, it's talking
Right.
as a human, you know, showing love to that other brother.
All right.
Especially about the holy kiss.
Right. Right.
They get that from us. Righteous embrace.
Yes, a righteous embrace.
Amos 9 and 8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord Yahweh, Hashem Yahweh Shai, are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth.
Yeah, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth. You know? Now, if you read that in its context, we talk about Israel, but when you quote the scripture talking about the many folds of Yahweh Shai, when you quote the modern day sinful kingdom is America. And it said what? The most wicked in all the earth. In the Songs of the Three Holy Children, 1 and 9, they was talking about Nebuchadnezzar at the time, but now it's talking about what? This wicked shit, man.
Saying that I would not utterly destroy the house of Jacob.
The Lord always keep a remnant left to be saved, left to come back. He always keep a remnant. You know?
Saith the Lord.
Now, that's what you got. Yeah.
In 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1. This also, in the last days, perilous time shall come.
Yeah, perils meaning what? Dangerous time shall come. And that's the time, hey, look at the food. Yo, you used to go to the supermarket and everything is in there one supermarket. The turkey butts, your cow's greens, your kale, your aquafina, your Fiji water, whatever the hell you eat, your cereal, your fruity pebbles, whatever the fuck you eat, you can get that shit in one supermarket. Now you can't do that. You gotta, man, you got a car, you fuck. You gotta like, man, they ain't got no more legs here. See, you might call up, but it's hard to get through. You know, it's like, oh no, I put you in customer service, they put you on hold for 20, 30, they never answer the phone. You gotta come, you gotta go there and just hope that they got what you're looking for. And a lot of times it's like they be ran out or be picked over. You're like, damn, so that famine and the shortage of food is here. You know, you gotta go to like 3 2, 3 supermarkets just to get like a whole gathering to fill up your fridge. But before you just go to shop, right? You go to Pathmark, you go to Stop and Shop, and you get all that shit in one spot. Now you can't do that. You're like, damn, y'all ran out of milk. Ain't no space. Ain't nothing. You're like, all right, I'm gonna go up the road over here. You go over there, they ain't got nothing. Then with inflation, with Rome, because Rome was the same way. They went through like inflation where prices went up, but all prices stayed the same, but they gave you less. They gave you less of the commodity. Case in point, like you will still have a 50-cent bag of Doritos, but when you open that shit, man, before you could have 2 hands for 50 cents. Now when you open that same 50-cent bag, it's like 8 potato chips in it. Because what? That's inflation. Well, no printing money out of nowhere, you know, that devalues the currency. So what they can either do 2 things. They can leave that same amount of Doritos in that bag.
Shrinkflation.
Right, yeah. That's a term?
Shrinkflation, yeah.
Yeah, bring it
You're
out.
paying the same amount for something, but you get less of it.
Yeah, you pay the same amount for it. Bring the definition up. You pay the same amount for it, but you're getting less of it. You know? So, hey, look at the Arizonas. They used to get, there are some spots you can still find them. But now you go to some spots like, give me an Arizona for $1. You only gonna get like a 10 ounce. Before they had the 24 ounce. You sit on the fucking Arizona all day. You like, listen, you know, you break bread with an Arizona. But now that shit, man, the Lord might hit you with like stashing out on brothers. Like, you like, man, this shit ain't enough to go around. All right,
shrinkflation. The practice of reducing the size of a product while maintaining its sticker price.
Yeah, you're reducing the size of, so either it's going up or giving you the same, giving you a less amount for the same price. And now what people is getting, oh, look at the trucking. Oh man, now gas, regular gas, next time you go to the gas station, look at the diesel. The diesel running like $6 in Jersey. The diesel. Now what? Is these truckers getting paid more to deliver the goods? Hell no. It's the same rates. So it's like, look, say you got a truck, your own truck. And trucking is good bread, but not no more. It's shit taken away. You like, I dropped this load off to North Carolina for $3,000, $2,500. It's like, all right, deal. But however, like with the gas, you gotta go down there and back. And who's to say you catch the load coming back? So you running like, you gotta remember these trucks only do like what, 7 miles a gallon, 5 miles a gallon, like 5 miles a gallon. So you gotta constantly, like, you be on Joe from here to like Philly and gotta put more bread in that shit. And you go from Philly to VA, you gotta put more bread in it. You go from VA to, you constantly, you're like, damn, how much did I really make with the taxes and all that? Then they delivered it, so a lot of truckers going on strike. And they didn't fuck this. Yes,
You on the show?
yeah.
Yeah, this prayer for Azariah 1 and 9. And now we cannot open our mouths. We are become ashamed and reproach to thy servants and to them that worship thee.
Not songs of the 3 holy children. 1 and 9.
Oh, my bad.
It's the same.
Nah, it's my scripture. It's a letter of Jeremiah. It's called letter of Jeremiah. Old book, right?
Get it in there. All right, take care, brother. Get saved. Yeah, and you see, Jake, no, man. See, you got what? You got IUIC. We hardly ever even come down here like that, right? You got what? IUIC. You got GOC. You got all these other groups out here now, right? But Jake still know, like, where the truth is. They still know. That's why the Lord said, if it was possible, they should have deceived the very elect. But you can't deceive them. You can't deceive them. Got it? Yeah, wait.
This is the prayer of Azariah 1 and 9. And thou didst deliver us into the hands of lawless enemies.
Yeah, he got it. That has delivered us into the hands of lawless enemies,
Most hateful pursuers of the Most High.
Yeah, and that's what we saw today. They lawless, man. Only time they push the law is some bullshit they want you to do. Debate based upon a new world order. They have delivered us into the hand of lawless enemies.
And to an unjust king.
And that's what Esau is. He's an unjust king. Look at all the atrocities that happen without just the one with the police. Ain't no justice with that. To an unjust king, read on.
And the most wicked in all the world.
Yeah, and that's Babylon. You know what I mean? Now that's going back to old Babylon with Nebuchadnezzar, but modern day Babylon carry the same spirit. It's the most wicked in what all the world. You know? Like that freedom. Yes. All that time.
2 Timothy 3:1. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come.
Perilous time shall come. Look at all these stores down here that's boarded up. For rent sign, for rent sign, for rent sign. Ashley Stewart was right there. Somebody bought it, pay less. Oh, listen, you got to think. How the fuck pay less go out of sale? Somebody always need a cheap ass pair of sneakers, even just to run it or work out or do, you know what I'm saying? Do whatever. And this ain't even high end shit. This is like low cheap quality shit. All these stores bellying up. The Lord said the doors shall be shut in the street, man. Get that make sure Ecclesiastes 12 and 13.
2 Timothy 3:2. For men shall be lovers of their own selves.
Now that's twofold, because a man loving a man, that's homosexuality. And also
God,
that's
homosexuality, not the
shit, see that in the last time they shall come forth, they shall be scolded. Right? So see, these people see big land wells like that. When the family ate, because they say the average American eats 14 times a day, right? So the Lord will hold you people accountable for the things that you gotta say. But in your mind, you think you're just being funny. But the Lord is recording. He got the angels jotting down what you gotta say. And I use a nice word. Homo just means same. Homo is a prefix that means same, and sexual means the AL is a suffix. And the root word is really sex, but homo is a prefix. Homosexual means same sex. It's a bad word based off of that. I got you. It's a bad word based off of the act of it. But people understand that if I use a so wicked man on YouTube, if I say the F word, if I be really bold, I just use a proper word. You walk up there, but they know we the prophet, so they get mad. If I want, hey, sir, you're a homosexual, that's I am, you know, because that's what you are. You deal with the same sex. But you got something to say, brother? That comment, chime in on well, I'm a Christian. I have, when I read certain scriptures, kind of like, I start saying to myself, I'm here living in today's time, right? But I can relate with back then time. Like, I was compassionate. I was compassionate, but I didn't know how to manifest. Like, I was giving, like somebody wrong. I wasn't physically ready to act. I just. Well, you shouldn't. Give me First Thessalonians 5:15. Give me Romans. Give me Sirach 28. And you shouldn't react because what? Just because someone wronged you, don't necessarily you have to wrong them back. You know? Read that. First Thessalonians chapter 5:15. See that none render evil for evil. Lord said, don't render evil for evil. Just because you stole from me, or you slept with my woman 10 years ago, now it's 10 years later, I got money, I got the cars, I got the jewelry, and I see you on hard times, and I see your woman slipping in the club, that don't mean I should do it to you. Yeah, that's why the Lord said, render not evil for evil, because now both of y'all gonna get your ass. You know, now this is what the Lord said, 28:1. Sirach 28:1, right? He that revengeth shall find vengeance from the Lord. He that taketh vengeance shall find vengeance from the Lord. Look at these gangbangers. Something happened to one of them. They take vengeance, but what? Vengeance come back on them. Look at these, especially out west. You know, they got what? An ongoing beef. They've been beefing since the 70s. Why? Because then what? The so-called white man come in, he lock you up. You know, they kill each other after the bullets stop flying. They come and book you for murders and all of that. So he that taketh vengeance shall find vengeance of the Lord. See, it's a faith thing. If something happened to you and you like, you know what, I ain't gonna even do nothing. I'm gonna let the Lord handle it. That's a faith thing. Because now the Lord could do way more damage to a person than you could. The Lord will kill a man's whole family. You might not be willing to do that. You might just be willing to kill him. The Lord like, now I'm gonna take out him, the wife, the mother, the 3-year-old, and the 2 twins, the infant twins. But it's a cycle. Like what I'm learning. Like I was my mother, but my father also. I was raised in the household with both. Right? Church was a part of it. Now, what I'm saying is I didn't take to it just because they went to it. I was forced. Right. I was even being forced to get baptized. And then when I chose to go on my own, my mother turned against me. It was like, okay, come on, man, get baptized. And I was like, whoa, I'm thinking, like, this is something you would want to do and be pleased of. But really, to cut it short, the modern day church isn't the truth. But I'm not. That's not the truth for the truth for the Lord. That's been set up through plantation Christianity, but it's forced upon our people. This is what I want to say, though. With that being that's my testimony. Right. That's my experience. See how you made that about church and the way things are. Like, everybody had their perspective. What I'm doing is I'm reformed. I'm living again. But now it's spiritual. Now, see, this is someone that goes my jaw. I didn't tell you. It was like, you know who really broke your jaw? God. But hold on. I'm not saying. I'm saying I didn't tell you. Like the being didn't say, oh, he broke my jaw. Now I'll do it. Right. Now I'm like this. His king down. And then let that go be and say, now go good. Right. I was born. That was a good judgment. That was him making me realize
So you ain't perfect. None of them. None of them. So what I'm saying in other words is that, like you were saying when I was standing there, and you was like, someone was homo or to be gay. Right? I'm not judging because I'm not him. Hold on. I'm just saying, I'm not judging what someone.
We're not personally judging, right? Give me Leviticus. Let's find out what the word says. Give me Leviticus 19 and 15, right? We're not personally judging. We judge based off of the Lord's word. And now, a person that's living that lifestyle, we tell them, look, either you repent or die. But if you refuse to come up out of that lifestyle, you're going to get judged by the Lord. We read the scriptures. We're not just out here.
No, I'm not saying y'all judging. I'm not
No,
saying
we are judging. But we judge it.
you spreading gospel. You letting somebody
Hold on, get that sleep.
who's spiritually dead, you waking him to the word.
Leviticus 19 and 15. You shall do no unrighteousness in judgment. Right, you shall do. The Lord didn't say you can't judge. He said what? You shall do no unrighteousness in judgment. And he's going to get into specifics what he's talking about. Read. Thou shalt not respect the persons of the poor. You shall not respect the person of the poor. You be like, listen, he's poor right now. He's on hard times, but he's sinning. I'm not going to tell him to stop doing what he's doing because he's already doing that. The Lord said, don't do that. Yeah, okay. If you see somebody doing sin or doing wickedness, you correct them according to my word, whether they rich or poor. It's going to tell you, read it again. Your honor the persons of the mighty. Now you be like, oh, that's Oprah. And Oprah came down here doing wickedness. Say she was promoting lesbianism. We gonna curse Oprah out. We ain't gonna be like, yo, son, that's Oprah, or that's Michael Jordan. We not starstruck by people. You know, we not that's Floyd Mayweather or stuff like that. If you sinning and going off according to the Lord's word, we gonna check you on. We check each other. So that's we check each other. Brothers like, yo, how you going on? Like what I do. Brothers like, yeah. And brothers like, if we repent and jump back on the horse and keep riding.
Doesn't that go to that quote in my brother? Right. So technically, you only have a piece of respect saying, I know you're aware of what I'm aware of. But like you said, even the wise don't do it just as much as the fool. Because he can break down so fast. Just because you knowledge and you awaken, you're just as much as a victim than someone who's sleeping and who's not awake. You understand what I'm saying?
Say it again, that last part. You just not a victim.
You're just as much as a victim as a wise man. When you know what the word is. It's harder on you because you see, you awake. Then somebody. So what I'm saying, in other words, if you become weak, I will say my business. Love you. I don't know what's going on in here with you. I know you got it in here. Maybe you're battling your own spirits. So what I'm saying, in other words, I have no more say. I'm happy to let you go.
Right. You did your job.
Until you find your way back.
Yeah, that's what we do. We come out here to get the people on it, and they repent good. If not, they're going to get judged by the Lord. And then we did our job, we go about our day. Give me that. No, she was 26. Colossians. Give me what you got.
1 Corinthians 6 and 2. Do ye not know that the saints shall judge the world? And if the world shall be judged by you, are ye unworthy to judge the smallest matters?
Right, people make judgments all the time. Like if I tell this sister right here, that's a nice sweater you got on. She was saying, oh, thank you. That's a judge. I made a judgment. Now, if I told her, if he say, hey, that's an ugly sweater you got on, that's a judgment. You make judgments when you go shopping. You got to judge your kids.
A judgment is their opinion.
A judgment, you got judgments all around.
No, I'm saying, but it's still an opinion.
It can
You
be.
might like it, he might not.
It can be, but when we're dealing with the judgments of the Lord, that's law, that's written fact. And so we're not coming out here. I'm not coming out here like, yo, those some ugly boots, man. I never wear them. You know what I'm saying? That's a personal judgment that ain't got shit to do with the Lord. You know? Bless. 1 Corinthians 6:3. No, hey, that's the parable of the sower. You know, when one hear the word and don't fully understand, then come one, the wicked one, and snatch it away what was sown in his heart. You know? Eve would do it to you all the time. And Jake so docile, he's supposed to be like, man, I catch another bus. Yeah. And really, your woman's supposed to have so much respect for you that when she see you, like, when the woman I deal with, right? When she's on with the brothers, she don't call me. And she on with the brothers. She don't call me. They gotta be like really enforced. It ain't just off on no light. Hey, how you doing? No. And that's why, you know, these women don't have respect for it. You know? He know where he got. She's supposed to just stand there and be quiet till he's ready to leave. Obviously, you see, I'm talking, and the Lord told men that either interrupt men in the midst of their speech. She just tapped his head and said, "Stop, man." You know, what's going on here? Like, it's time to go. Like a child, man. And that's what these dudes got to man up. You know how many buses come through here in fucking 5-10 minutes? You know? This is like a mini 42nd Street. You know, you can catch another bus in the blink of an eye, but you rather not fully get edified on the word and just disappear in what? In the next 5 minutes, you just mind on a blink on everything that was said. Because that's the parable of the sower. Then come the wicked one and catch him away what was sown in his heart, man. Respect that person. What's that? James. No, that's one in Colossians. What Colossians? Respect the person. Maybe 1 and 20. Should have come up. You got that? Because people say you can't judge. Esau judged. See, now we the minute the Lord bringing out the Lord's judgments on wickedness, people got a problem with it. So when I come with these devils taking the court for a summons or whatever, you don't tell them that. Nah, you can't judge me. You can't judge me. You know why people say that shit? So they can feel good about their wickedness, and you can't tell them nothing. So they come with that Tupac shit. Only God can judge you. So now, if only God can judge you, nobody has nothing to say to you. So now you can just sit and dwell in wickedness forever without being told about yourself.
Let me sin in peace.
Right, let me sin in peace. That's why people say that shit, man. So they don't want to hear the opposing force. That's a lawless mindset. That's a straight up lawless mindset. You have no, as do as thou wilt. Basically, because there's nobody can reprove you if you're unreprovable. You can't, nobody can tell you, no, don't do that, because you just want to live however you want to. You drunk off Babylon, you want to do whatever you want to do. When the word comes out, we're not judging according to a personal opinion. We're judging according to what the scripture said. That's what we said. Sirach chapter 32, verse 17, right? A sinful man will not be reproved, right? A sinful man will not be reproved. Like they found excuses why you shall judge. Oh man. They make up all excuses and justify why they commit adultery, why they do this, why they do that, why they do that. Even when they apologize to you, they give an excuse, which is a wise thing to do. So when you ever apologize to somebody, never running behind an excuse. That make it that looks up your apology and make it seem like never run apology. If you're sorry, you're sorry. Ask the brother for forgiveness. Be like, yo, I'm sorry, man, that I did this and that, you know. But you know, that's because if you haven't, you know, never do that shit. That's sorry. If you sincerely sorry and you apologize, just let it be that. And pray that the brother forgive you and leave it at that. But people in this world, they like to run apologies with excuse and justification because they really don't. They really not apologetic, man.
Now what you just said. Because when you say, if you didn't do this to me, you're putting it on them. You're saying, well, because of you, I did that because of you now.
Right. But you apologize, like, okay. But you know that you did that. I wouldn't.
So it's like, it's not on me, it's on you.
Yeah.
So now you got to fix yourself to them, and not them fixing themselves saying, I see my fucked up.
Hey, that's good.
Leave it like a back door open just in case they don't accept the apology. You go right back to normal. Like, but now, in your mind, you're going to be like, oh, damn, I got to watch out for them because I don't want to mess them up. But it's like, nah, like, you were fucked up individually. You know, now you're going to be like, you act on your own.
Like women, they never hold accountability. Even if you cheat, you fucking committed adultery. They say you need to be punished. Well, if you was here, boy, they're playing you. But it's spiritual though. Women are nothing but big children. They big kids. And do you hold a kid responsible? I mean, accountable? So you hey, what's going on, man? You don't tell a kid, you wouldn't tell a kid, you wouldn't put him under certain circumstances and expect them to like, yo, drive this car. You know, that could be dangerous. So they really come in the mind state of a child. So that's why anytime you try to hold women accountable, they will deny it. Because really accountability is really for like adults, for men, for leaders. All the leader take all the weight. You know, like when these gang niggas get locked up, who they come for? The top ranking dudes. You know, when the feds is fucking it up, they was looking for me because the leader deals with what the accountability. Yeah, but men are who's the leaders in the household? Men are. What's that, brother? All right, it's good, man. Men are the leaders. You got the man as the head, the woman, you know, as a father. And you got the children as an improvement of the previous generation. Well, supposedly. But women are, not to get on women, but women are not meant to be leaders because people always wonder why they never hold themselves accountable because they're not leaders. Only leaders take on accountability. And the Lord set up men to be leaders. So that's why we deal with accountability. A woman will never face accountability. If you caught a red-handed, she'll find a reason why you think do that, but really it goes back to her being in the state of a child. Like if you say something, parental guidance, right? Like there has something on TV, like if you watching the show, this show needs parental guidance for children. What do parental guidance mean? Parental guidance means it means the judgment of a man. Because if you go into the word parental or go into the word pater, hey, look up the word pater in Latin. Pater, pater. It means a father. Like if you want to know if the baby is yours, right? You would do what? A paternity test. Pater. But if a woman want to know if the baby is hers, she would do what? A maternity test. It's not the same. Maternity, mater, and pater. Mater deals with what? Like the alma mater. That it deals with what? Women. You know, Queen of Heaven, right? But pater deals with what? Men. So even when you deal with sorority deals with what? Women. But when you deal with fraternities, a frat, like the police, they got the fraternal brotherhood of the police, the fraternal order of the police. So now let's deal with words. When somebody say this show needs parental guidance, really, if you want to dig deep, only a man can be a parent. A woman is not a parent. Because she don't have the discernment, she don't have the insight. Like, oh Lord, I have to find my wisdom. They don't have the insight to properly judge something. So when it said this show needs parental guidance, really what it's saying, it needs the judgment of a man to say whether it's appropriate or not. Because a woman is like, watch this, watch that, watch this. And it could be some straight left-handed shit, and she determined that it's good to watch. Based upon what? Her feelings and emotions. The testimony, like my mother has a daycare. Sometimes she'll ask me for my advice. What do you think about this? What do you think I should hear? It's like, you've been doing daycare for like 20 years. You should know what you've been in this for 20 years. Why are you asking me a person that don't know that? Because she's like, I need a man's insight and what that means. She needs parental guidance is a lie. Hey, but people think like a man and woman is a parent. Really, a woman can never be a parent. Only if you want to go deep. Only real parent in the house is the man if a man is around.
It's father, a person's legal father.
Right. So father, it's her father. Paternity, a paternity test. That's when you check if the man is the test. A woman don't do paternity tests. They do maternity tests. So that's why it's important, this little etymology. That's why it's important to know the meaning of words, man. Words carry power. And that helped Eve and women stay in their place. Because if they be like, yo, they had parental guidance, let me get your father business. I'm not a man. I'm not a parent. Really, when school come around, they say, yo, show up to the PTA meetings, the parent and teachers meetings. Really, the father's supposed to come. But now, these schools so wicked, right? They don't want to deal with the father. A lot of the teachers be like, nah, we'd rather talk to the wife instead, But really, a PTA meeting is dealing with, really, it's supposed to be two men talking about the development of your child. Because the Lord say, well, I suffer not a woman to teach, right? Now, this society's so wicked, that matter of fact. They Timothy 2:11. Yeah, I suffer not a woman to teach. So this society's so backwards. 90% of teachers are what? Women. And they get schooled by the high schoolers and shit like that. Ran through by their students. She trying to run a lesson while her coochie wet because a star football player, he's sitting in the front row and he smelled like Christian Dior. Fucking nigga perfume. So she trying to teach a class on a cycle. That shit is all ice. What up, baby? Good. Hey, Ice, tell him it's a different spirit when we touch down, man.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He told me, he was like, yo, when y'all coming back? He was like, the other guys, man, I don't know what's up with them. Your father was. Somebody knows the stuff. The guys said something. He said something in the word. I was like, he told me this maybe about that. That I don't know what it was. I don't know what it meant, but if I was able to hit him back, I would have hit him. Yeah, well, they leaders, they just try to foot so they just take the orders, but they heads up so loud. That's they heads up so loud. So if your head is gone, the whole body is sick. So they just blindly in the front. See, we got different flavors. Look, this shit don't match my shit.
Exactly.
And
know,
I like Joey. He probably don't like Joey. I ain't look. All y'all not addressing, but you know, he talk different from me. I might be a little jokester. I might go into this. He might teach about this. It's all in the spirit of the Lord, though. You know.
That's what I'm saying.
But it's funny because I had ran in the ice. He had told me, he was like, when y'all coming back, man? He was like, them other dudes, and he don't fully know the doctrine and separate, but he just know by looking at him and being amongst them. He like, man, them other dudes ain't really, man, I don't know. It's just, he's like, it's something off about it.
Another thing too, it's so crazy because that man, y'all grew and went to war with gangbangers in New York, all types of people in New York, but at the end of the day, you know, we don't even put we know y'all, we don't I mean, they don't, you know, y'all got a place and everything, but say, look, I mean, y'all stood up for what y'all stood up, they stood up for they stood up for what so where are my brothers at? You know, I'm out here all the time. Like, where the other brothers? We don't know it. Yeah, we don't know them.
And it's a different spirit. It's a different spirit. They don't prophesy.
Yeah.
They try to pacify the people.
Yeah, they didn't just give up.
But it says what? If it was possible, they shall deceive the very elect. You know, they got microphones and shit. You know, good. Like, yo, man, listen, man, ain't no word out. You know, if they hear, then cool. If not, it's on you. You know, I'm not trying to beg you to get down or nothing like that. You know, all those shit like that. You know, but that's that thirst for souls, man, because it's all about money. The bigger your congregation is, the bigger the tithes and everything rolling. We don't want you to be down with us. Now, if you are the elect, we want you to repent. But if you don't get down, that's on you. We're going to go about our business. You know? But see, these other dudes, they thirsty for souls. And everywhere GMS campaigns, you got what? A GOCC next door. Hey, the Dallas brothers, right? You had one body actually coming on this shit. Now, I could see if there was a spot like this. We haven't been down here in fucking eons. So if you wasn't come here and teach, I wouldn't care. It's not disrespectful. But if you got somebody coming in every week or twice a week, how the fuck you gonna slide in that shit? And they been coming here for the last 13 years. That's wickedness, man. Give me Romans 15 and 20. The scripture says, build not on another man's foundation. Like, how long you been selling water down here, Ice? 24, forever. Yeah, how long as I can remember. Yeah. Right? Then in the wintertime, you got the gloves. Right? So imagine somebody else come, right? He ain't paid his way or nothing. He just come with a cooler. Right where you be at. Waters. Hey, but hey, Ice, they try to do it, right? But look, nobody fuck with him because they don't know him. They go right around him and support Ice. Yeah, he's established. You can't do it fucking with my established.
I said, plus 20 years.
Hey, remember thin line between love and hate? When he approached Debo Martin, he was like, Tyrone, man, chill with that shit. He said, chill, man. Martin, he was like, you ruining my established. Motherfucker, you ain't established, right? And really, you gotta be established through the Lord. It ain't about like some total establishment. Build not on another man's foundation. Romans 15 and 20, right? Yea, so have I strived to preach the gospel. That way, Yahweh's name, lest I should build upon another man's foundation. Right, because if you over there, I'm gonna go to another city. I'm gonna go down there. Why I want to stand where exactly you standing at? Then that's bad too. What if, like you said, we got into fights at times, right? So say we got into a fight with a bunch of gang niggas, right? And then next week, right? We like, yo, shit hot, man. We ain't coming down in next week. And you come like, man, we about to come on that shit. Then the gang niggas come back like 200 feet like, yeah, yo, shit, you again. Because in their mind, all y'all niggas the same, right? You inherit their beef. Yeah. So he said, at least I should build a fuck. In the hood, they call that shortstop, right? Niggas get killed for that. Like, you took years to develop this block selling weed. Like the jail, the uncles out here. Now this nigga half the block down, moved in, and long block, and you like, yo, like, where's all the money at? And then you see your customers like, yo, I want the weed today. You're like, nah, we got it already. You like, oh, it's a guy in the apartment building down there. He's selling the same shit I got, but for cheaper. You got a big and you be like, now, I'm not promoting wickedness, but you be like, what? That's that Jay-Z Street Just Watching.
Yeah, the gangster.
You short stop it. Yeah.
American Gangster with Nicky Barnes.
Yeah. You don't have the bullshit.
You call it Blue Magic. You was like, call it dog shit, but don't call it Blue Magic.
Yeah.
Same thing.
But yo, which is wrong to do. And that shows you ain't got no spirit. You ain't got no life. Because out of all the places to teach, why you trying to suck up the energy for the truth is? Because you know what it is, deep down inside, they go, hey, that's where the truth living is. Yeah. That's, you know, for years it was this house down there. They try to for a long time, which is out there, you see all the time. Because what? They trying to build, they trying to steal souls. But really, all souls belong to the Most High. People don't belong to you, but in these wicked minds, in their mind, like, you don't belong to me. Really, our bodies is bought with a price, man. Yeah. 2 Thessalonians 3:3. But the Lord is faithful, who shall establish you and keep you from evil. Yes. 2 Thessalonians 3:3. But the Lord is faithful, who shall establish you and keep you from evil. Right. He shall establish you and keep you from evil. But it is true. It's like you have a 12 establishment and all of that. They call that copyright. Even Esau is so you know, you get an LLC. What they ever did like an LLC business shit. You know, certain brothers in that world is like put you on game. One thing you do, you gotta pick a name, but it gotta be a name that nobody else got, or else your ass will wind up getting sued later down the line, lose everything. Because the name is important. Your location is important. You know? Yeah, it comes with reputation. And one thing about a reputation, it's hard to establish, but once it's established, it's hard to break. Yeah, like when you first building your reputation, you gotta protect it. But once it's built, a lot of times your reputation is do work for you. Say you some Genghis Khan type dude, and you come to an area, just the thought that you come and people will do shit for you, and you ain't even get there yet. Why? Because of your reputation works for you. But when your reputation is being developed, you gotta protect it because it's real shattered. Even if you say I know this brother to be a super good brother, which he is, and so he got a good reputation with me, right? And somebody be like, give me that. A good name is better than precious for you. And somebody be like, yeah, man, shower mom, fuck my wife. And I'll be like, nah, man, nah. I wouldn't believe it. Hey, what happened? I told him to be quiet, but listen, and I talked to him. I wouldn't believe it because his reputation is business for him. So say I didn't know him like that, and somebody told me, Yeah, that new brother y'all got with y'all, he slept with my wife. I'm a still investigate, but his reputation don't bend for him.
That's why I'm add real quick. A lot of conversations going on amongst this area. But now it's like a drive line. So that was like you being at your reputation. I said it was good or bad, but it was still some money. But now everybody's like, I'm not lying. I mean, some of the old heads, you might know.
Yeah, a lot of them Muslim cats, they see me like Kareem.
Oh yeah, the
Right,
regular.
they like that when you coming back downtown North. I was like, man, y'all can have it. But brothers are like, oh, I still come through once in a while, but man's own is of the Lord, because you can't be out here now. And people feel like showing us love. It ain't even really like a hot day where everybody is out,
Yeah, I was gonna say another difference between us and those guys. Yeah, they're gonna beat you over the head with the law, right? Which is good. We teach the law, but the difference is that they're not gonna teach you the prophecies the right way to warn you of what's coming. So let's say you listen to them, you start keeping the laws. Then what? What's about to happen? What do we need to be warned from? There's the mark of the beast, which is the chip. We gotta warn the people of what's happening and what's going on. But they only take you so far. So you can learn from them at first. Like when I came in, I learned from IUIC, like ABC. Right. It's like the laws,
this was like starting it.
but then when you get into so what's the breakdown on Revelation 13? Where's Babylon? They know Babylon the greatest girls, but they don't know about the mark of the beast. They say that the mark of the beast is the white man. Or how is the white man going to be inserted under your skin? How is the picture of Jesus Christ, being the white man, which is the false image of the Lord? How is that the mark of the beast? And we know that it's actually something that's going to be implanted inside you. So when we warn you, it's to warn you that there is an actual physical mark. They're not going to tell you that. I see what you're saying. Yeah,
Because they try to pacify you. And that's how you get people. See, we so love and we offend people. Oh, yeah. See, when you offend people, because people always ask us, like, how you going to get somebody to be down with you if you talking to them like that? And then we tell you, like, that's what we ain't trying to get you to be down with us. Because the average person that you out here trying to recruit us, like, you see the average group, they're like, yeah, come to Christianity. Yeah. We ain't trying to recruit nobody that the Lord ain't trying to recruit. And you ain't got to get with us. The Lord can put the spirit on you and do your own thing in the corner over here somewhere. Or get with this other camp over here that's in the right spirit. They ain't got to actually, like I said, people don't belong to you. But a lot of these leaders, they think, yeah, these are my students. They look at them in a sense like, these my followers, my students. And, they look at them in a sense that y'all belong to me. And that's not the case, man. You don't need it. The Lord said our bodies is bought with a price. What you got? You picked up? You said Ezekiel 2:1.
Ezekiel 2:1, and he said unto me, Son of man, stand upon thy feet, and I will speak unto thee. And the Spirit entered into me when he spake unto me, and set me upon my feet, that I heard him that spake unto me. And he said unto me, Son of man, I send thee to the children of Israel.
But it says the prophets were saying, judgment shall not come here.
Oh. Ezekiel 12? Is that what the prophecy will come?
Nah, not that, not 12 and 30. It's around there.
Come not out of thy dwelling.
Yeah, it said the judgment won't happen here. It's in Ezekiel. It's right in the beginning. And it said they like it back. Yeah. I think it was that correct. I'm getting old.
It ain't this.
Nah, it's in Ezekiel. It's definitely. Oh, yeah. Yeah. You got that? Yeah, read that. That's read that. That's another one. I think it was like right in the beginning. It's a lot. That's a good one too. Go bring it up. This is they were saying that the prophets were saying judgment shall not come here. And they have built cities up and shit like that. Like they with taking water. I know what you mean. Yeah, go ahead.
Matthew 23 and 15. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For ye compass sea and land to make one proselyte. And when he is made, ye make him twofold more the child of hell than yourselves. Yeah, so they'll compass land and sea to make you an IUIC follower. But that's why the Lord said, whatever they bid you to do it, but don't do as they do, because they're hypocrites. They say to do things, and they're teaching you about the law, which we established law, but then they themselves don't hold true to what they're saying. Like you had the one dude, they called him the pocket. Yeah. He had the dude in IUIC. He was calling one of the followers that they had in the camp. He had money, and he was calling him the pocket. So you out here preaching. We gotta practice when you preach when you come out here.
I'm gonna keep reading.
Matter of fact, yeah, let me read this. Matthew 23 and 25. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For ye make clean the outside of the cup and of the platter, but within they are full of extortion and excess.
Yeah, and that's what they're doing. They're selling you food, dreams, and gimmicks. Like the truth don't need no gimmick. And that's what they're doing with the truth. Well, the so-called truth. Now they're getting worse and worse. You know?
It says, thou blind Pharisee, cleanse first that which is within the cup and platter, that the outside of them may be clean also. This is Ezekiel chapter 11, verse 2. Then said he unto me, Son of man, these are the men that devise mischief and give wicked counsel in this city. Right? And this was verse 3, which said, it is not near. Let us build houses.
They said what? Jacob's trouble not coming. We're going to build Israelite communities, Israelite supermarkets, Israelite houses on this side.
So he said what? It is near, it is not coming. Read on. This city is the cauldron, and we be the flesh.
Right. The cauldron is the pot. Now, if you know about flesh, like roast beef, like a brisket, you can cook. Matter of fact, the last holy day, we had a brisket. I had a pastrami brisket. Man, I cooked that thing for like 20 hours. And it was still cooking. Man, no, like that old McDonald's shit. I cook your mic like a beef steak because my technique's great. I'm the nigga police say it needs steak because a beef steak, I'm gonna get to the point. Beef steak, you could cook though. Out of that shit. You could go home, you could go to work, you could leave that shit on alone. You could go to work. It's still cooking. You can fall asleep, man, long as water in that pot, you can cook the fuck out of a steak. That's why I said, this relation is the child and we are the flesh, meaning Jake is very comfortable here. They got used to marinating in the ideologies, the philosophies, the ways, the customs and culture of America. They just sitting and soaking and soaking and soaking and soaking and eating up the ways of this filthy fucking place.
It's like if you put a frog in cold water and sit there and turn it on, flame up gradually, it won't go down. But if you throw them in that hot water, it will jump right up.
Right.
They cold blooded. They adapt the temperature.
And that's them. That's these Americanized Israelite groups. They the frog. They don't know they dying. They just that beef bread. They're that beef short and the license. They're that license steak or that beef brisket just sitting and soaking and soaking and soaking. I want to know what the test like. How long can you actually cook the beef steak? You might can cook that bitch for like 2 weeks straight, and that motherfucker still be good. For the long time, you was smoking that bitch for 2 weeks.
But that's what it is, because Jake is fully immersed in the ways of Babylon.
Yeah. So even when they call themselves coming to the Lord, they gotta add, Babylonian ways, and they say, "Oh, the judgment not coming," to make people feel comfortable. Because you're not gonna grab a whole lot of followers talking about death and destruction, talking about shit blowing up and famines and all that. People not gonna want to join you, and you're gonna scare off the women, so they don't hit the prophecy. They don't hit things because what's about the chip? The chip kill your money. Well, you like, well, if the chip is dealing with finances, and we can't take the chip. You basically telling us like, the American dream is dead. So they're like, nah, we can't tell people that because people, the main goal is what? Not to offend the congregation. That's why you know these different camps are all, they don't got really no hard judgment. It's just you Israel, the white man, this and that, this and that, this and that. The white man, the white man, the white man, you Israel. Come on, sister, brother, this and that. They try to patty cake to you. Same thing with Islam and Christianity. All these religions, there's no rebuke. That's why people, when you check them out, they don't be rebuking each other. They don't get on each other. Like, yo, bro, they don't do that shit. That's why people comfortably join. Look, half of my people in those religions, if it was rebuked there, they'd be halfway better than what they are now. If it was rebuked there, yo, bro, you can't be smoking on. Now, I ain't for Islam, don't get it twisted. But you like, yo, bro, you can't be smoking on Ramadan, man. What you doing, man? Matter of fact, you out the mosque shit, man. You out the mosque, man. You can't come back until you stop smoking, man. Allah's gonna deal with you, brother.
But you know what the biggest thing? All day they are good person, but when the sun go down, they flying up to us.
Yeah, well, I seen a chick lift a Kemar up, hit a cigarette,
Put it back
put
down.
the Kemar back there. Wow. And with no rebuke, it slid it to her man. But if it was rebuke, hey, in the old school church stuff, in colonial America, like in the 20s and the 30s, them old churches are rebuking. You can't come in here with makeup, sister. All women, them old pastors are rebuking. You couldn't wear a dress. There was no homos in the church. They still had an off doctrine, but they were rebuking. The old churches. These new churches is no rebuke. And all these religions is no rebuke. That's why people really feel comfortable in it. Yo, bro, you can't be blood and Muslim. You think that, oh, look back. Until you tell your gang homies you no longer blood, you can no longer pay that 2 more service, brother. But then now it's correction. Now that's still the wrong way, but now you like, oh, man. I can't do both. But they got niggas doing both. Why? Because there's no rebuke.
They let the people pride set it. They let your pride take over. The Lord got it that we come off like rough and rugged, but at the same time we're reasonable. You know, because those guys, they was just shouting at everybody and just But we come out, we will deal with you, but then we judge, we discern spirits through the Lord.
And the Lord said, they come into the house of Lord, and if there's peace, you know, let it return. If it ain't peace, let your peace return to you. Stop your foot up.
I got a precept, man.
We about to get up out of here.
This is 1 Corinthians 10 and 21. You cannot drink the cup of the Lord and the cup of devils.
Right, really, all those religions is Satan anyway. But in their mind, they serving God. So you can't do close enough. But it's like what is, like I said, it's no rebuke. If our people was rebuked with these religions and shit they in, there'd be a lot more strong. They'd be a lot more better. Even though they're not following the right way, they wouldn't be as, all right, they're a nigga on a nice level, the 10th power, they'd be like a nigga on the 4th, 5th power. The Lord still gonna kill you if you don't give him his program, but you will still have better morals and shit about you.
Yeah. You say, you cannot be partakers of the Lord's table and of the table of devils.
Yeah, and that's what people want to do. They want to play both sides of the thing. Because they know, like, all right, judgment is coming, this world is ending. I want to be on the Lord's side, but at the same time, I want to do my own will too. It don't work like that. So you trying to keep your one foot on first base and trying to steal second until the Lord turn around with that lightning speedball strike. That's right. And you up out of there. And that's what the average person do. They trying to play the Lord. I'm going to put one foot on first base, and while he's winding up, I'm going to run over there and steal second. Your ass going to be sliding on that dirt. He going to throw that strike. You out of there. You can't play both sides of the fence. And even if you choose the right side to play, the Lord don't have to accept it. And even if you choose the wrong side to play, the Lord can still make you fly right. Like Jonah. Jonah ain't want to do the works of the Lord. But the Lord like, yo, you going to do it anyway. And then you can't make yourself a man of the Lord either. The Lord got to follow you into it. Give me St. John, last scripture, 6 and 4. Let's try that stuff. I'm like, I can't breathe.
John 6 and 44. No man can come to me except the Father which have sent me draw him.
Right.
And I will raise him up at the last day.
Give me Matthew 15 and 13. Get back there.
Matthew 15 and 13. But he answered and said, every plant which my heavenly Father hath not planted.
Like brothers in the world that dealing with Israel, they come into this truth. Every plant that my heavenly Father hath not planted, read on,
shall be rooted up. Let them alone. They be born leaders of the blood.
Hey, that's straight up. So look, every plant, it's because you ain't Israel, listen, every evil for us. Every plant that the heavenly Father didn't plant shall be dug up. So y'all brothers got something to say?
And if the blind lead the blind, both shall fall into the ditch.
So we closing out a little earlier than usual. It's really the feast started at 6 and it ended the 13th, which was yesterday at evening. It ended. So brothers just want to keep together in fellowship, keep the holy days of brotherly love. And I don't know if brothers get it already or what they're doing, but y'all brothers enjoy y'all week, even though it lasts, y'all doing a small gathering. And y'all brothers stay in the spirit. Shalom. Shalom. Thank you.
About the bar.